Keep your nose clean. Not sure about you.
This blasted place. Let's not have any trouble. Watch yourself, civvy.
Customer, how'd you do? Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? How did... Well, been poking around in what's not your concern, eh? I don't have to explain myself to you. It's none of your bloody business. You're just bad as the rest of them around here. Can't you see what's going on here? The protocol soldiers, the church, all carrying on like they know all the answers, when the truth is they know nought. Everyone says the folk in the woods are cracked, but they look like the only sane ones around here to me. They're trying to make peace with the world, not ruin it. Them scientists, the disaster, that weren't natural, their knows. Upset the balance of things. Nature, proper furious with us. We should make amends, shouldn't we? It's only right. But them soldiers would have me locked up for thinking that. Dangerous pagan sentiments, that arse of a captain calls it. If you've seen them out in Casterfell Woods, I know they might come across as proper nasty. But look, they say the earth speaks to them, and they listen. Now, folk have been saying there's a voice in the earth around here since the year dot. These druids, or whatever you want to call them, they say that's true. So, mayhap we should be listening to it too, eh? I want what's best for village. We should be looking back to what's always been here. The army here tried to stamp it out, but their captain's a bloody southerner. What does he know about the north? Well, but maybe you're a tattletale for the vicar too, eh? Prying for secrets so he can hold 'em over me. Well, I won't stand for people who stick their beaks in where they're not wanted. Shh! Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here. All right, look. Just hear me out, eh? See, we're a rotten one, that un. Tattling folk out to the vicar so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot were old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor, like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer, not born to it, but she were poison, that un, and so is Vicar. Summat had to be done. Before it all went to hell in a cocked hat, I'd agree with you. But just look at the state of things here. If me sympathies like, if those were common knowledge with folk, it'd be the end for me, end for shop. And then where would the village be, eh? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all. Something better. But that Maisie, she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that vicar quiet. She had to go. and I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, eh? Fair enough. Here, you take this as a thank you, I suppose. I'm happy, you're happy, and the village doesn't have to worry about that quisling Maisie anymore. And look, if you want to know more about her, you know, the purpose, well, there's someone I'd love you to meet. Mother Jago. Lives out by the old mine in Casterfell Woods. I'll mark the spot for you. Reckon you'll find what she has to say very interesting indeed. Big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be frit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did anyhow. In the months after the disaster, some people started to turn a bit odd. Nothing bad, just different, you know. Kept going on about the soil calling to them. People you'd known your whole life, proper sober folk, suddenly talking about a new purpose. Then one night, they all upped and marched off into woods. Soldiers have been properly down about any talk, since that might sound a bit, you know, pagan. I shouldn't be talking about it neither. Thank you. Call again. Get new stock in now and then, so come back any time. I might have something new for you.
Onwards, must and crumple.
Perhaps we should just build a huge still and drink ourselves to death. At least I'd die happy.
Oh, who are you? I don't know you. You're not with the soldiers, are you? I run a lawful place here. Stick to every word of the protocol here, I do. Oh? Well, not that there's anything wrong with it if you did, it's just... Well, never mind. Now let me know if you're looking to buy something. What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. It's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day. The soldiers will string you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore. That captain of the protocol, he says what the boffins buried here plays merry hell with people's minds. Turns them into something not human. Not that any of that happened to my Philip. He's ill, that's all. I just know what the soldiers would do if they found him. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while you can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? I'm sorry, but I don't have any of the tonic left. I know where you can get some, though. There's a lady, calls herself Mother Jago, out in Casterfell Woods. Brews the tonic to her own recipe. She lives out by the old mine. I can mark on the map where to find her. And listen, I hate to ask, but could I trouble you to get us some of the tonic? Just a single bottle. We're almost run out. Bless you, thank you. Bye now. Did you want something? Bye now.
Get a move on, you lot. You're never gonna make your salvage boat arsing around like this.
What do you need all this sodding metal for anyway?
The artificer needs it for armor. The kit we use to keep you lot safe. So stop your blaming and moaning and get on with it.
But look at this lot. You expecting Genghis bloody Khan or something?
Oh, you're welcome to go and have a look what's beyond the perimeter if you want. Get a little taste maybe of what's out there. No? Oh, get on with it.
A stranger, eh? See that big metal bugger? I could have it. I could.
Steady on, George. It's got guns on it, you know.
Stamping it out like it owns the place.
Watch your step.
He won't try the luck here while...
A new customer. How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. Feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. Keep your bloody voice down. Nothing brings the soldiers down on you faster than talking about that. Yeah, I heard rumours of it, but I can't see it out more than that. Are you completely crackers? Say that too loud, and he'll have us both locked up. I don't know how you know that, but it's true. One of them scientists, in particular, used to come to drinking here. Before it all went arse upwards, that is. He liked his ale, that fella, and ale made him chatty. He told me he worked in something called the Interchange. Never said quite where it were, but he used to stagger off towards the substation round the back of here. So that might be worth a deco. Well, he said he worked on some gadget with that Dr. Garrow, who were a big noise over at the site. He called it a signal redirector. Top secret. Only a few of them made at the doctor's request. I've no idea what they were for. You could do worse than talk to Nora. She were there at the time, and she has a good brain, has Nora. She hides out in her barn on Scathermore. I'll mark it for you. Look, you didn't hear any of that from me, all right? Quiet as the grave, mate. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind? All right. Well, look. There's ways and means. The old government bunkers, the ones they reckon were secret. Like anything stays secret round here for long. If it's special gear you want, have a poke round in any bunker you find. I've heard there's some grand doings to be had in them, but watch yourself. Few of them are safe. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see them, but after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Or at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. See you around.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned to avoid confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us, army lass. Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger happy. If your plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger, and they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So, I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? Well, that's all hush-hush, as you can imagine. Something odd came out with the government projects here, and anything that doesn't look right, well, Captain has us burn it to cinders. There's this stuff you see, and I should stop talking. Captain has had me eyes if he knew. You'd understand. You gotta be careful being so nosy around here. Look, I don't know much, but whatever the boffins are working on over at the atom plant, talk is it infected the soil. Strange growths sprout up now and again. That's when the special detachment gets its orders to go and torch the stuff. But you let us protocol not worry about that, eh? It's our job to protect this place after all, and the captain's proper serious about it. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be alright. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandeered RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. Have you got anything more up my street? All trades are final. Word to the wise. Everyone trades with old Bootsy, so there's always new things in stock. Come back and see anytime. See you around, chum.